right? And so I think from a leadership point of view, I get nervous when everybody agrees with me too quickly. Right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I
Right.
think I want to hear contrarian voices. And we were talking about my wife earlier.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the things she does for me. She'll say things to me like,
Yeah.
"Are you crazy? What are you thinking?" Right? So but somebody needs to be able to say that to you as a leader, right? You have to have, and I think that's the onus and the responsibility is of the leader to not just say they want that, but to create a culture where you actually have the space to do that. I remember when we were dealing with some leadership issues in my company, and I brought in some consultants from the outside to help us figure out what was going on. And everybody kept telling me that everything was fine, and something wasn't quite right. So I asked the folks to come in, and I remember going out to dinner with them. And I said to the team, I said, "Tell them, don't try to varnish things up, right? Just tell them what you really think about what's going on. Respond to their questions really honestly."
Yeah.
And I remember going out to dinner with them. We were chatting for a while, and they got nervous at the end. I could say, so finally I said to them, what do you need to say to me that I don't want to hear? Right? And so then they said, hey, here's the issues we're seeing. And even then, they were paid consultants, right? They weren't even.
Wow.
Is that interesting? So it's really hard to tell people hard things, right? And the more you care about the people, and I think in a church setting, there's sort of that particular dynamic of we're family, right? How can we? We don't want to betray. We don't want to say this or that.
Yeah.
And then until it totally goes off the rails, when then everybody's throwing things.
So
I think the leader's challenge is to create normalized space where you can have conversations with folks, and hear their honest views. Doesn't mean you have to agree with them.
That's right.
You need to hear them. Right.
That's right. Yeah, this is so good in terms of leading through. I mean, through any kind of circumstance, but especially in times of sort of disruption, where you really do need to be able to look at a challenge or a problem from every angle in order to get just to get all the information and be able to make a wise decision. Then anyway, I'm thinking about that in terms of just sort of the work that Church Leadership Institute does in terms of adaptive leadership and helping pastors lead through change. All of this is so valuable for that. Maybe just sort of as a final question is, how do we develop healthy, wise leadership in ourselves?